Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Today, I have the beautiful Miss Lola Aboy. Can you say that for me, please? I'm so sorry.
Aboyeji.
Aboyaji. Okay, but you go by a boy on like
Oh
Facebook.
yeah, on so many things. A boy, a
Yeah,
boy, a
nice.
boy. You put that Italian spin to it.
Right, a boy, like that.
Yeah, yeah.
It sounds a little bit better.
It's
Oh,
longer. Aboyeji.
I like that. Aboyaji.
You
I
got it.
feel
Look
like
at
I can
that.
sing
Look
that
at
better
that.
than the
Yeah,
shorter version, you know?
yeah, yeah.
So how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. It's the weather is very good. It's not too cold. So yeah, it's a great weather.
Oh,
And
right,
today
you're in
I'm
Texas.
in Texas. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
in Texas,
so
and I love it down
everybody,
here.
he is from Houston, Texas. I bet the weather's nice there.
Yes, the weather is
Yeah,
very good in
I'll
Houston.
trade you. You
What?
remember where I am?
Yeah, you are in Maryland,
Yes,
Washington.
Baltimore.
DMV. You're in DMV, the DMV area. So
Yes, yes. So
awesome.
you are from Houston, Texas. You're a
Yeah,
mom. Do you have
yeah.
2 children?
I have three,
3.
three that takes my time.
That's the magic number. That's how many I
That's
have.
the magic number. You got it. That's the
Yeah.
magic number. They take everything, and they're so cute. You got you
Yes.
have two kids.
I have 3, but I'm an empty nester, so they're all grown up.
Yeah,
2 girls and a boy. And you
that
wanna hear something funny?
yeah.
Um, my husband and I thought we were done with the 2 girls, right? And then, we went to Atlantic City one day, like, we took this
Mhm.
bus ride. This is I had married my high school sweetheart. We're not together.
Oh,
Yeah, so we were
that's
very
so
young.
cool. Yeah.
So, that's why we're empty nesters so early. But, so we had taken a trip to Atlantic City, where, just like kind of little mini Vegas type thing nearby where it has gambling, casinos and stuff. And you
Mhm.
could take like day long bus trips. You would go down there in the morning and then come back in the evening, right?
Yeah.
So we went on for lunch, we went there. There's like a boardwalk there, right? So we went
Okay.
walking down the boardwalk for lunch and to get something to eat. And I saw this palm reader sign. And I was like, "Ooh, let's go in there. I want to get my palm read." And this was a while ago, right?
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
so I'm like, "Let's go in there. I want to get my palm read." So we went in there, and the lady went to read my palm, and she's like, "Oh, I see you have 2 kids." I'm like, "Yeah, we have 2 kids," but we were like really skeptical. We're
Oh
like, "Yeah,
yeah.
we have 2 kids, all
Hmm.
right, you know." And then she goes, "I see another one. I see. Oh, this one's going to be a boy," and we were like, "Okay." And
Wow.
then I am so sorry. I am so sorry about
No
that.
worries at all. No worries at all.
Yeah, I forgot to put my phone on vibrate. She said, "I see another one. I see a boy."
Hmm.
And I wish it was so long ago. I wish I could remember everything else that she
That
said
she
because she
said.
was so on point. But at the
Hmm.
time, we were like, "Oh, whatever. It was just for fun. She doesn't know what she's talking about. We're done having kids and all this stuff, right?" Anyway, a
Yes.
couple years later, I am pregnant with our third and
Wow.
found out that it was a boy like right around when I was 5 months. And then all of a sudden I'm just like I'm home one day and all of a sudden it just hit me like a wave. I said, "Oh my God, Mark. Remember when we went down to Atlantic City and I had my palm read and she said we were going to have another one and it's going to be a boy and we thought she was full of it because we weren't going to have any more and we just went like this. And we were staring at each other.
Oh my God.
I was like, "Do you remember what
Wow.
else you said?" He's like, "No, I wish." I'm like, "I know, right?"
It's like, wait, she was everything she said is on point.
Yes. I was like, "Well,"
Wow.
I'm like,
That phone needs to be on silence.
I
It
I
needs
I
to be.
tried to when we were, when it was ringing,
That
but I
happens to me every time. It
yeah.
happens to me every time. And I don't like to put my phone on silence because I could put it like inside somewhere and just be looking for it. And if it's on silence, how do I tell someone to call it? And I find it. So
Right, right. You know how many times I ask Alexa? I'm like, look, she's like, if I tell her right now, she's gonna do it. Don't say, Alexa, go to sleep. Tell her. I tell her to call my phone when I can't find it.
That's hilarious. Alexa is like, I'm ready to do anything. Just call on me, Shanna. Just
Oh, I love her. She keeps me straight.
oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, anyway. Okay. So, how long have you been in sub two again? I think you started like close to me because you were part of the group that we got together and
Yeah.
all decided to,
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
Zoom meetings and practice calls.
I know those were good times. Good
Yeah.
times. Good times. Yeah, I started in April. Towards the end, I started April 29, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So you joined like right after me. Like I was the 20th.
Oh, you were April 20? Yeah. That's
Yeah.
oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah,
So
April
wow.
29 was when I joined. I was like, pull the trigger, join in, and it's been great all the way. It's been great all the way. The community of people that you get to meet. I enjoyed our Zoom calls. I enjoyed, like even joining and learning and it's just awesomeness all true. So yeah, Subto is a great decision to make.
It really is. I mean, all the stuff that's on YouTube doesn't even begin to scrape the surface. And, that's really hard to believe if you've ever
Correct.
seen Pace's videos and stuff, and then you get inside and get a look behind the curtain and you're just like, whoa.
Whoa, it's mind blowing.
Yeah.
I know. You get inside and you just see that, ooh, wow, there's so much more. I know,
Yes.
space gives a lot, even like in the YouTube, that the Subto is like, sometimes it's like it's so much more is the
It
word.
is. And sometimes I'll just listen in on the Zooms just I'll be like working on the side and I'll just, have my camera off and I'll just be working just to, be in touch
Uh-huh.
with the community. Sometimes you're just too busy to do a Zoom here or there, but you still kind of want to feel connected. And I
Yeah.
tell you, there's never been a time I could go into the same Zoom 10 times in a row and still learn something new every single time.
Oh yes, definitely, definitely. Every time I go into the vaults or even into Zoom, it's like so many times I'm like, there's so much information. Let me, you know, it's
And,
always
and more gets added constantly.
oh yeah, more gets added constantly. More gets added constantly. Yeah, and I just enjoy, being able to, and on Facebook, there are times I remember recently I was, was it like last month? Oh, last month. No, November, September, October. I'm trying to count it. September, October,
I don't know what day it is. Don't worry about what.
October. I was like, I want to just start, I want to make some calls, really. So I just go on Facebook and I just like Google, there's this guy on Facebook on the Subto group that he records his calls, right? On Zoom, you're able to
Oh,
see that
yeah.
live, you're able to see all of that. But then this guy was just like, I'll just Google his name is Houston. And then I just typed Houston because I'm in Houston, right? So I
Right,
just
right.
typed Houston and I was listening to this guy and I saw I was talking to the agent. I was like, I'm just going to call an agent right now and just say the same thing. So I just called an agent, and funny thing, I got the house. Like I closed on it. It's like mind blowing. I'm telling you,
Wow. Was that your first deal?
that was my first deal. It was
And
it was
how
crazy.
long ago was that? Was that recent?
Yeah, I just closed on it. I closed on it November, this last November.
Wow. Good. Yeah,
Yeah,
I tell people that all the time. I'm like, look, if you just need a little motivation or you just need to like refocus, you can go on to YouTube and either listen to Pace or Jerry
yeah.
Norton or, even another sub two
Even another
person.
substitute student, like just listen I don't know, like if I can Google, like I can check Houston and see when he joined Substitute, but it seems like very recent because I just started seeing his name. I was like, I like how this guy was talking.
Yeah.
Like, and I practically I just used like the things he was saying. And the guy
I'll
was
have
like,
to check them out. Maybe you can send me like a video or something.
yeah,
Text.
I'm going to send it. Let me see. I'm going to send it to you on like on Facebook. He has a lot of audio. It's audio. Um,
Oh, it's just an audio
it's just the
recording.
audio. It's
Hmm.
an audio recording of his voice. If I go and search Houston. I was looking for Houston because I was looking for deals of, like people that have deals they want to sell in Houston,
Huh.
right? So that was why I Googled Houston and then I saw this guy recording himself. I'm like, this is interesting, right?
Yeah, so we can do that too,
I
and then
know.
you can put the ones that are really cool on your channel. Do you have a YouTube channel?
No, I don't.
Oh, honey, I can help you with that.
Yeah.
Or remember that comedian? She was talking about getting her nails done. She goes, "Oh, honey, you have boyfriend?" And she goes, no." She's like, "Oh, honey, why you no have?"
Well,
It's so cute. I love my nail ladies. They speak Vietnamese. That's
oh
kind of
yeah. Oh, I
that's how
love them. They're so sweet. They're so sweet.
yeah, they are. Yeah.
Yes.
So how did you find Subto? Like
Excuse me.
what led you to discover Subto?
Yeah, so early this year, my husband and I we wanted to buy a house. It was a duplex, right? And so we are already in contract. We put the house under contract. We've gone to do inspection and all the cool stuff. And then like the guy that was supposed to the loan originator, the mortgage, what do they call them?
The loan officer.
The
Yeah.
loan officer.
The lender.
Then he asked out. He already collected everything, and then when he put out this loan, it was at 7% or six. He said 6.8, and it was like he put some points in there to reduce the loan interest rates,
Uh-huh.
and then the amount we're going to be putting down because it's an investment was so high.
Oh yeah, 20%.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
amount was so high, and even the monthly payments was high. And I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like,
Yeah.
why would we buy this house, putting this money down, and then we'll be paying this huge amount every month? And this is our first investment property. And we're like, oh my God, do we want to do this? This is crazy. If
Right?
if there is no tenants in that house, we're gonna be swimming in underwater, you know? And we're like,
Yes.
okay. So that was how we just pulled off. We're like, we told the realtor, we're like, we're not doing this. And I don't know if the realtor was angry, but this is our life anyway.
I
So
think you can have one second home before they make you count it as an investment.
oh really?
But
But then you
even
have to live
for
in
a
there
second home, I feel like you need more down. It might be like
for a second home. Yeah, but then you need to live in there because like you need to live there for 2 years, I think. Yeah.
no, for the second home, you have to be living there at least half a year.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So,
Okay.
like, if you wanted to have a home, like, let's say you had a home in Florida, you wanted to be a snowbird, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, well, at least that's the rules up here for Maryland. If you have a second home somewhere, like you wanted to have a home on the water or something to go to for the summertime, you had to live there like half a year, 6 months here, 6 months there, something like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So like you can buy an investment property and just know that okay, I'll live there for 2 months or 6 months here.
Investment property, different story. But I mean, those are the technical terms.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe would that be like a vacation home?
Yeah, a second home would be like a vacation home or even just a second home. Like, if you have two areas that you go back and forth. I don't think it has to be consecutive, like 6 months straight. I think it can be like a month here, a month there, 2 months there. You know what I mean? But I think in order for it to be a second home, it needs to be at least half a year, something like that. A lot of
Oh,
people do that. They'll buy the home they want to retire in, like, because they have another one that's closer to their work and they go back and forth, you know.
oh, I see. I see. Hmm.
But still, so you had the investment, you were looking for an investment home. And then when you found out you had to put 20% down, you were like, what?
Yeah,
Right.
and then even like the interest rate was too high. And I was like, there has to be a better way out, you know. I was
So
like,
then
there
what did you do, a Google search and you went on YouTube or something? Or you did a Google search and it popped up?
no, no. So I there was this realtor that as I have been speaking to, even letting him know that I was looking for an investment property. He was in sub two, right? So I reached
Mm.
out, I was like, yeah, you talk about you being in a group and things like that. And I was like,
So you
I
found
think
a
I want to
unicorn
join.
agent.
You said what?
You found a unicorn agent.
I know, right? I did. I found a unicorn agent. So, so most times I always ascribe it to him that he brought me into Subto, you know.
Oh,
Yeah. So I was like, I want to join in. Let's join in. So that was how I joined Subto, and it's been great. It's been amazing ever
nice.
since. Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. So did you okay, so you just did your first deal a little while ago.
Yeah.
And when you first joined Sub 2, did you have like a regular, like kind of 9 to 5 ish?
Oh, I still have a 9 to 5. Yeah.
Oh, you still have a 9 to 5,
I
yeah.
still have I still have a 9 to 5, work in the morning and try to
Your plate
make
is
those my plate is full. I have 3 kids, work in the morning, 9 to 5, and then squeezing time to make those cold calls. So yeah, it's
it's a lot. I'm telling you.
a
I
lot.
when my kids were little, yeah, I had a 9 to 5 office job, then I would waitress on the weekends, and I had the kids in softball, ballet, karate,
Oh,
Girl
yeah.
Scout. Yeah,
You can tell me about that. Yeah.
like, my
Oh,
butt never saw the couch. Like, I don't know how I would have done sub 2 back then, you
I
know?
know, right?
But, so do you have any advice for someone just starting out in sub 2, or what advice would you have for someone just starting out?
Yeah, for someone just starting out, I would say, find what you are, right? Are you, it's like your strength, your secret weapon, right?
Mhm.
And then I think find a way to serve. It doesn't matter what, find a way to serve. Because in the place of serving, you'll be able to achieve your goals. Yeah, you'll be able to learn and be able to achieve your goals. And one of the things that I forgot to mention was that while I was before in October, somebody posted that they needed someone to just sit back and like they had a house they were showing, right, to investors, and they just need someone to just be there to talk with the seller, right, to just be talking with the seller. So I was like, sure, I have time. I'll just go and see. So I went there and woo, the seller, she became so feisty at a point. She shut the door on us. She was like, why do I have so many people in my house?
How's
She shut
everybody
the
going to my house? Was
I
it a foreclosure or
I
what
don't
was
know. I
that?
don't know how they got the deal. Like really, I don't know. I don't know what deal it was. I know she wanted to sell the house. It's it was not a foreclosure. I think it would be a cash deal. It was one of the Houston leaders that that wanted someone to just sit in there. Um, yeah,
A
and it was
squatter, you mean? Wait, you talking about someone that just sits in there? You talking about a squatter? Or
no,
is
no,
it
no, 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 no.
the
So
owner?
they just wanted someone to be talking to the seller, right? But the seller,
Oh, okay,
yeah, the
okay.
seller wanted to move from that house. I think she inherited it and she wanted to move from the house. So she what was I saying? I lost my train of thought.
Well, you got me there when you said she shut the door in your face and
Oh yeah, she shut the door and she was like, "I'm not." She had like a meltdown. She was like, "I'm not doing this. Oh my god! They just
she
told me
got
one person was just coming to see my house. Now I see this crowd. Oh, she just shut the door, and it was really." it was interesting being able to like navigate that, and like calming her down. That at the end of the day, she was like, she gave us hugs and she was like, "Oh my god, I really enjoyed talking with you guys." Blah blah blah. Being able to like navigate that, calm her down, and let her know that, see, everything will be all right and things like that, was really interesting. And I think that gave me a boost of confidence
Yeah.
that allowed me to, even like when I made my calls, I started talking like a professional, like someone who has done this.
Yeah.
For a while.
It was a fake it till you make it type
Yeah,
thing.
I know, right? Yeah.
Aw, she was probably all stressed out. I
She was
mean,
stressed out. Yeah, she was stressed out. And she
that's
said that,
always our goal
you
to
said
help
what?
everybody. That's always our goal to help to make sure that it's a win-win situation for everybody involved. For the
Correct,
realtors,
correct.
for us the buyers, for the sellers, you know. And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times there's like no other way out. Sometimes people can't afford to put it on the market. They,
Yeah,
if they have low equity in their home, they can't afford to put it on the market and pay realtors and, do the repairs and everything else. Yeah, there's lots of different situations where
true, true,
this is
true.
like a really good option for people that don't have a
Yeah.
yeah. So, um, have you ever read that book, Rocket Fuel?
Rockefeller, I did a scan through. I did a scan through on where did I read that? I think I read a summary or a PDF version of
I
it.
think it was, I don't remember if I read it after doing the training when I joined or if it was one of the ones that Caroline had us read. I know she did the asking
Oh.
questions,
Oh
but
yeah,
that's
the
not
Sandler.
like,
The Sandler one was the one I joined Caroline on. The Sandler method.
yeah, the asking questions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that book. Um, I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I think I read that before Subto though. And I read Rocket Fuel.
Oh yeah.
There was a few that I read, but Pace recommended reading Rocket Fuel.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know that are watching, it's a book that talks about two main personality types in business. And when these two personality types get together, like sky's the limit. The business usually just like blows up. And there's a couple of examples like the Disney company. Walt Disney wasn't doing so well on his own by himself because he's a visionary. But then when he partnered with his brother, who was the integrator, um,
Mm.
that's when the business just really took off. So
Took
your
off.
visionaries, like
Mm.
your front facing, public facing person who's the front face of the company and the one who has all the ideas and the one who interacts with people
Mm-hmm.
the best. And then your integrator is the one who's good with systems and processes and is good at taking things from point A to point B and from start to finish. And so they recommend taking this test. Oh, did you just put me a kiss?
No, my husband came in.
Oh. Hello, Lola's hubby. Is he camera shy? It won't melt you. We promise. The camera doesn't melt you. But yeah, so there's like a test that you can take. You can go online and take it, and you
Yeah.
answer these 20 questions or something like that, and then it'll give you a score.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
sure yours came up visionary. Am I right about that?
Yeah. Yes, I am. Why? How did you guess that?
Because just from your personality type, like you're very outgoing, you're very sweet and lovable, you're great at interacting with people, and
Y-
you
Yeah,
just seem like
yeah.
a visionary.
I'm a
Yeah.
visionary. Yeah, I am. I am.
It seems like your husband's the integrator. He's like, no, no, I'm not going on the test. I'll be over here doing the bills. I'll write out all the you just know you do that.
You got it. My husband is more of the integrator. He's more of like the behind the scene kind of
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
That's
Everybody.
interesting. And you know how they talk about in marriage, opposites seems to attract, right? So
Yes, that is
mm,
true. Opposites attract. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
You just have to make sure that the opposite things are things that are okay to be opposite.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You don't want like a party animal getting with like a religious person that doesn't like that lifestyle. No, that wouldn't work.
True, true,
Not
true, 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 true. That's so true. That's so true. It has to be opposites in terms of like even the personality wise. Yeah, as you said, you don't want a party animal and someone who is like, okay, what am I what am I doing here?
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I'm
Do
a
you remember
vision.
what your score was?
I can't remember. Let me see if I sent it to myself because I try to send things like that. I'm sure. Let me just check real quick.
I
I might
feel
be
like
able
that
to.
test that test is more accurate than like a zodiac sign.
Oh yeah, I think so. I think so. Zodiac signs are just guesses. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that test is very accurate because it tells you what you know what your superpower is. So let
Yes.
me check rocket. Well, okay.
Girl, I got a 93 on the vision.
Wow.
Right?
Wow. 93
I
visionary.
was pretty sure I was a visionary, but I said 93, and that's 93 out of 100.
Oh
By
my.
the way, guys, for everybody that's
Wow,
watching, I was like,
you're
"What?"
super visionary.
I think it was 93.58. Everybody's got some of each. You know, everybody's got a little bit of both, right? But you're predominantly more one than the other.
Correct. Correct. I saw the crystallizer. I sent that to myself.
Yeah, that's what it's called, guys. If you want to look it up online and take the test, it's called the crystallizer test.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's called the crystallizer. Why is it not showing me? Oh yeah, I'm 81 visionary.
What was your visionary score?
81. 81.
81. Wow. See, you're
Yeah.
close. Yeah.
I'm 81 and I'm 61 integrator.
I saw this one guy said that he got like 84, 84.
Wow. Like it's
I was
right there in the middle.
I was like,
Yeah.
"Wow, that's a lot."
That's I know. It's like my right brain is working and my left brain is working, and both
Right.
of them are just functioning as.
They're in lockstep. I mean, but yeah.
I know. Oh my. Huh.
So, that being said, I mean, I know you're not doing this full time and everything, but like, how do you work? Like, do you just like, do you have like, and this is going to be some advice for everybody that has a W 2 and a family.
Mhm,
Like,
mhm.
I'm an empty nester
Yeah.
and I have some cats, but like I have a hard time finding time for everything myself. I don't know how you do it with the family. I know I used to be able to do that, but
Yeah.
you know, it's so weird. It seems like time goes by so much faster the
It
older you get.
flies. Time is like it flies. I wake up in the morning and it's evening. Like
Remember
practically.
when you were a little kid and you felt like summertime when you were off school went on forever?
Oh
And
yeah.
now it's like, wait, it just
It
school just
just
ended
flies.
the other day and now we're back in session. What?
I know. You know when you told me that, are you know, like I when you told me, oh please respond, blah blah blah. I didn't know today was Wednesday. Today was like
Right.
I'm
I
still
have a
sitting in last week, Shanna. I was still sitting in last week.
so I have a an interesting theory. Everything's a theory until you have proof, right? So there's a lot
Yeah,
of things we don't
yeah.
have proof for. So I have an interesting theory on why time seems to go by faster the older you get, right?
Mm.
Because I've pondered on this pretty much my whole life. Like, why does time go by faster? I always felt like the kids don't need the extra time. We do. Why do they get the extra? Why
I
does time go by
know.
slower for them? That's not fair, right? But here's my theory. I've been on this kind of like spiritual journey here since my mom died a couple years ago.
Mm,
And they say that, when you come to this is what they say on like near death experiences and stuff like that. When you come to live a life on earth, right? You kind of like there's a forgetfulness that's kind of like a veil that's put over your memory or whatever, like where you came
mm,
from and where you're going. And so you're kind of starting with a clean slate. And earth vibrations is like slower
mm,
than like where we go when we cross over, right? So we kind of slow down in order to be able to incarnate here on earth.
mm.
And then the more you learn, this is just a theory of mine. The more you learn, the faster you're vibrating because you're learning more stuff and learning more stuff and learning more stuff. So the faster you vibrate, the faster time seems to fly by.
Oh, interesting.
I was just sitting here like, I guess what the scientists would call a thought experiment, right?
Yeah, that's interesting.
I'm like, that's the only thing I've been able to wrap my head around that makes any kind of sense. But like I said, it's a theory.
Yeah.
You ever see an older person, they sit there and they're trying to remember something and remember something. And one time I was just kidding around and I said to somebody very impatient with their dad, who's elderly and was having a hard time remembering something. And I said, listen, give him a couple minutes. He's been filling that file cabinet in his head his whole life. He's got all these files he's got to root through to find the one thing that you want him to remember.
Wow. Hmm.
And then I was thinking to myself, that actually sounds pretty wild. But
Oh man. Ah,
so that being said, so we were talking about time and how fast time flies. Like
yeah.
with your family and your W-2 job and your sub-2 deals and work and stuff like that. What's the best advice you can give somebody for how to kind of organize and structure time evenly so that you can take care of all
Of
things?
everything. Like I would say I'm still a work in progress. I
Mhm.
would say I've
Like, do
got
you usually make calls in the evening, or do you usually wait till weekends, or, like, how do you do that?
yeah. As I said, I'm a work in progress. I think I work in blocks, right?
Uh-huh.
And I tell myself, okay, I'm going to call in the evening. But before my calls, my brain is thinking about it, the things I will say, the things I will do.
Mhm,
And even like times when I might just sit down, I try to put them more in the evenings, right?
mhm,
And then I check the properties, I check everything about the comping, like do I want to, what do I want to do with this one and things like that. So that by the time that I'm calling, even I check out the realtor, right? And
mhm.
then by the time I'm calling in the evening, most times, so I just do my calls in the evening. And I try, I would say sincerely, there are times where I'm able to like sit back and just call boom, 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 boom. And there are times where
Mhm.
I make two calls, but then I'm just happy that consistency, I'm able to like do that two call, you know. So
Okay.
yeah,
And
but
then, like, are you on a team? Like, after, let's say, for example, you get something under contract, do you just, like, hand it over to a transaction
yeah,
coordinator
so I have
or
a transaction coordinator, yeah,
okay.
that I work with. Yeah. So I have a transaction coordinator, then I just give, and they give you that peace of mind, really. They give you that calmness in your brain. So
Yeah,
then they take over and just keep it going. So
awesome.
yeah.
So, are
And
you in
like
any
shout
other
out, shout out
programs?
to transaction, shout out to Johnson Gwen. Johnson is amazing. He's amazing. He's a very great TC. Johnson
And
Gwen.
he's a top tier transaction
Oh, you know
coordinator.
him. You know him. He's
No,
very
no,
good.
I'm just guessing because we
Yeah,
had a dire need for more transaction coordinators, and
yeah,
Pace and
yeah.
Molly started this program where they, would teach people that wanted to do it transaction coordinating and
Correct, correct. Yeah, I think
Mhm.
he's with a finish line. Finish line. That's with Jennifer Cortez.
Oh, okay, that's the name of their company that they created.
Yeah, finish
Okay.
line. Yeah, it's in Subto, right? So it's Subto, but the name of their company is Finish Line, and it's very
Yeah,
good.
so the top tier transaction coordinating thing is like it's kind of like a transaction coordinator community within our community so
Uh,
that, they can bounce ideas off of each other and get assistance if they need it. But
yeah, I'm
like,
sure he will be in there too. He will be in that community too, I guess. Yeah,
right. But then they usually make up like their own. Like, you remember
yeah,
Adriana?
yes,
I
and
love
yeah,
her. That's my girl. I love her. So her like she's did the top tier transaction coordinating thing, and her personal company name for deals that she transacts on is like Moxie.
ah,
So, she has everybody has their own individual company, but the top
company.
tier is like their
It's like the
their
parent community. Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, and they had the learning tools in there as well, and I think they even have, like, I don't know how often, but they'll have, like, Zooms and they'll collaborate with each other and who
Mm,
came across this problem and how's what's the best way to handle it and so on and so forth. So
correct. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
mhm.
So, anybody that is in sub two, there are so many opportunities. So many opportunities. So
Are you in anything else? I mean, I know it's hard enough to do the real estate with everything you got going on in your personal
I
life,
I
but
know personal life. I'm not. I'm not. I told myself, let me focus on one thing. If I achieve it to a certain level, then I can, dabble into
right.
other things. I wanted to do the zero down. I was really interested in that.
I
Um,
started that, and with the 2 YouTube channels and 2 podcasts and all the real estate stuff, I was like, "I gotta back up. I gotta back up. I gotta put it down for a little bit
mhm,
and pick it up 'cause
mhm,
I'm on 2 is my magic number for some reason. 2 YouTube channels, 2 podcasts, I'm on 2
yeah.
teams, and you know what I mean? So it's just like
You're like
I was like,
superwoman. You're like, I'm this super empty nester. I
like,
have
I
my
wish I
I
could
have
do
my hands in
everything.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I mean, it was just too much, and I was like, and he said, you can always pick it up at some other time later, but
Mhm,
so I mean, we have the business buying, we have real estate, the transaction coordinating. Every time we there is a shortage or if we need more like gators or money lenders. Gators like a short term money
mhm,
lender, like for an EMD for anybody that's watching. For an if you
mhm,
need money for an earnest money deposit, it's like short term, like 30 days, 60 days, whatever.
mhm,
Um
mhm.
and then he has like multifamily stuff going on. I don't know how he does it all. I think he just goes around creating
He's
businesses and sets
Superman.
them up, and
He's Superman.
he really is. He needs an S on his chest or a P for me. The S to be for sub 2, right?
I know,
We
I
should
know.
literally get him a Superman suit, and the
We
S is for
should.
sub 2.
Yeah, we should. We
I
should.
think his wife had the baby
Oh
yesterday.
yeah, so cute. The baby's so
Yeah.
cute.
Oh my
Baby's
gosh, I
always
haven't even
cute.
had a chance. I gotta go look.
Oh, that baby's so cute. I was looking at the pictures. I
Yeah.
think I'm more active on Facebook because like with my sub two, I'm more
Mhm.
active on the Facebook, checking, seeing the deals, seeing whatever is happening. Those babies are so cute. I was just looking, they're so cute. And the wife, she's so strong.
Yeah.
It's so amazing. She's so amazing. You
Yeah,
know,
Laura.
and also, do you guys know that you can find love in sub two?
Oh my gosh, I know, right? There's people that have met, dated, got married, had babies.
Correct. Yeah.
Um,
I
yeah, I
know.
thought it was so funny one time. I saw like I have like a serious sense of humor. I mean, I have like a big sense of humor, right? So
Yeah.
everything's like a joke to
Yeah.
me. Um, I laugh easily. So I saw this one Zoom that it was like a speed dating networking thing. They called it friends with benefits. I was like, "Whoa, that is the best idea for a Zoom name ever." I immediately knew it was a networking thing, right? But so I went in there and I was like, "Raise your hand if you thought you were getting a date today. Anybody?" And everybody's like, I was like, "What? Guys, come on."
Come on, you came in
This is
here.
Subto, not Match.com.
I
But I
know.
thought that that was genius.
That
That
was
name was
genius.
genius. Yeah, Jesse Stanton is the host for that Zoom. And
Oh,
I was like,
he is.
I
Ah.
totally want to network, but I also definitely got to meet this guy because his sense of humor and my sense of humor are so
You
aligned.
guys are like matching, matching
I had
energy.
him on my podcast. He was
Oh,
sweet
you
enough to come on my
did.
podcast.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
sweet.
He lives in Alaska.
Whoa.
I was like, dude, what's it like up there? Is it like freezing? You guys walk around in these big furry coats and stuff. He's like, he said, no, the thing that's hardest about Alaska is like you have like basically 6 months of daylight and 6 months of night. And I was like,
Mm.
I forgot about that.
Wow, yeah. Because you think
Yeah.
about Alaska, the first thing that comes to mind is ice on the road, freezing.
Yeah. He's like, when it's 60 degrees, people are sweating. It's hot
Hmm. Really?
because they're,
Wow.
so used to the cold up
So they
there.
have the extremes. Extreme cold, extreme hot. Hmm.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, I think. Well, no, not extremes. It's just, where we can't stand 90, 100-degree weather, up there, it's like super hot. If it's like 60 or 50, it's hot to them up
Ah,
there.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Okay, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That
And
makes sense.
Alaska's big too. I think it has a little bit to depends a little bit on, what part you live in.
Correct. I guess so. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Hmm.
But it's wild. It's huge. I think
Wow.
it's bigger than Texas. What's bigger? Texas.
It's better than-
Ask Google what's bigger, Texas or Alaska?
Let's see that. Not sure.
Inquiring minds want to know. Google it real quick for me.
Yeah.
Got that?
Texas.
What's bigger, Texas or
Yeah.
Alaska? I bet you Jessica could tell you like that.
What's bigger?
But the thing is though, Alaska might be bigger, but it's a lot less populated.
I
Um,
guess he said here are the state's largest to smallest based on square miles of land. Alaska, 586,000 square miles, while Texas is 261 square miles.
oh,
So
okay,
Texas, the
261,000.
mile is like smaller, like half of Alaska.
But I bet you Texas has a lot more people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
population. Let's see. Alaska, size of Alaska compared to Texas. Meanwhile, okay, it says Texas is approximately three, blah, 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 while Alaska is approximately 1 4, making Alaska larger than Texas in size, right? Meanwhile, the population of Texas is to 25.1 million. While Alaska
Wow.
is what? Alaska is how many? Alaska
Not a
is just
lot.
1 million. It's not even up to 1 million.
Yeah. Jesse said it's not a lot up there. Not a lot of
Yeah.
people up there.
So
Yeah.
that's 24.1 million fewer people live in Alaska. 24.4 million people fewer than Texas live in Alaska. So
And
Alaska
you know
doesn't,
what? You know how the West Coast is like 3 hours behind us? They
yeah.
are 4 hours behind up
Oh
there.
man.
Well,
Oh
not
man.
us. You're in Central. I'm sorry. They're
Yeah,
3
I'm in
hours
Central.
behind the
So
East
yeah.
Coast. I don't know why I'm always thinking you live close to me.
I know, because we're buddies.
Look, when I visit Texas, I'm gonna be like, "Lola, can you girls
You
sleep on
need
the couch?"
just come on to Texas, and I will host you forever.
My nephew lives close to there.
Oh, really? What
Yeah.
town?
I think he lives just outside of Houston.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay, okay. Wow,
I
that's
was like, "Yeah,
cool.
let me
That's
know
cool.
when you want a house." I kinda did the whole subject to pitch the whole subject to thing to him. Um, and,
Is it
he
joining? Is it
I said,
joining?
"Let me know." Well, maybe. I mean, he's young and he's kinda doing his thing.
Yeah.
He worked at Texas Roadhouse up here.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, "Oh, you should hear him sing." He has the voice of
Aw.
an angel. He is
Wow.
such a good singer. Yeah, I'll have to shoot you a YouTube link or something like that. But
Mm-hmm.
so he worked. I don't know if this is okay to say on this podcast or not, but he like he has a couple of jobs, and one of them is he's a really good server. He got a lot of experience from Texas Roadhouse and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
he works at this dessert place, and it's supposed to be like really ritzy and stuff. And the name of this dessert restaurant is it's called Better Than Sex. That's the name of the restaurant. And I said,
Really?
Adrian, honey, Auntie's going to give you a little bit of advice here. If there is a piece of pie that's better than sex, they're doing it wrong.
Oh yeah, they're doing it wrong.
And he just started busting out laughing. He's like, Auntie. I'm like, I'm sorry, honey. It's
And see, I'm still young. Come on. Come on.
like, but I was just joking about the name. Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
But, I mean, so yeah, they have that it's like a chain. They have them in Texas. They have them
Mm-hmm.
in, my girlfriend said there was one down in she went to the Florida Keys,
Mm-hmm.
and, so, I mean and it's like a really you have to have a reservation and all kinds of stuff.
Wow.
Like,
Wow.
apparently it's yeah, it's a little
That's
risky.
cool. That's cool.
So, for a desserts place, we'll have to look it up. Yeah, they got one near you. You should check it out.
I'm gonna check it out.
I go look for my nephew, Adrian. I think
Yeah.
he lives in the Houston one, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it
Go
out.
look for him. Say, "Look, I was on your auntie's podcast."
I know, I know. I'll be like, Adrian.
He's so cool. I love him. But, okay. So, what are you looking for in your business?
Yeah, anybody that have deals, send them my way.
So, you're a buyer.
I'm a buyer. Yeah.
Okay. What is your, like, general buy box? Are you just looking in
Um,
Texas? Like,
as long as one of my number one rule is it has to cash flow as a long term rental.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So once
Yeah.
it cash flows as a long term rental, good. And I'm looking in the Houston area. I'm looking in Pennsylvania, PA, and I'm looking
Oh,
in
really? That's
yeah,
a spread.
I know.
Pennsylvania. Is there family in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So and I'm even adding Iowa into it, Iowa City specifically,
And
because
where?
I'm just
Iowa?
looking at areas where family is, and I can
Yeah.
So
'Cause, I mean, if you're running something out and then you decide you wanna move to one of those locations near your family, you can
I
always
know, right? I know, right? So
eventually take over one of the houses,
I
Yep,
know,
I get
yeah,
that. Yep.
yeah. So
I have a
that's it.
kid in Ohio, and then I have another one in Oregon.
Okay.
I have no desire to live in Oregon, but Ohio,
Yeah, yeah.
mm, I'd really much rather go to North Carolina, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been there a few times. It's nice. Yeah,
That's good. North
and
Carolina.
warmer.
Yeah, someone sent a deal to me in North Carolina. Oh, yeah. Need to follow through with that.
Mhm.
Don't know. Hmm.
And
Anyway,
Ohio is about 6 or 7-hour drive, just the same as, like, certain parts of North Carolina.
Okay.
I've been on the coastal side. So North Carolina is kind of split up in 3 main areas. You got the coastal region, you got the middle region, which is referred to as Piedmont. I don't know what that
Mm-hmm.
means, but and then even further west, you have like the mountain region. So there's like, a bunch of mountains there.
Wow.
Kind of like Maryland. We have mountain regions west, and then we have farmland and we have beaches.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Um, but yeah. Okay, Miss Lola. If people would like to get a hold of you, how can they reach you? Like if they want to sell you a
Just
deal.
check for my name on Facebook.
That's how you
Lola.
spell it,
Yeah.
right? On Facebook.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it on Facebook. And then, yeah, you
What
can
and what
email,
exactly?
they can also send an email to me
Okay.
at lolahelp.homes@gmail.com.
Oh, I didn't have that one down here.
Yeah, should have sent it to you. Yeah, I
Yeah.
need to go pick up my
So
dog.
Lola, what? But they can find you on Facebook and send you a message,
Yes.
right? For
Mm-hmm.
the
Yeah,
purposes of here right
correct.
now.
Yeah.
All right. I miss you. It was so nice having you on today.
Thank you for having me. Really
Yeah,
enjoyed talking with you.
I
It's fun.
enjoyed talking with you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to get together more often.
Yes, yes, yes. And I'm
Yeah,
gonna
and
come
if
back. I'm gonna come back, guys. Watch out.
let me know when you're ready to go full time, when it makes more
Yeah,
sense because you're making more
yeah,
money doing that than, your W-2.
yeah.
Definitely. I might
Definitely.
I might have my team up and running by then, you know?
Yes, yes, yes.
So, like, you're working, but at the same time, you're also taking notes and learning on how to structure things when you have your team and, if you have a team, which I definitely plan on. But
Yeah.
yeah, I have some really good market leaders that I'm watching very closely and learning from, and they are phenomenal.
That's amazing.
Love my I'm
Yeah.
telling
I
you,
will
it's
need to go pick up my daughter. Let's see.
okay.
I think she might be. She might be.
All right, so let's wrap it up. Thank you so much for coming on the show, honey. I really, really appreciate it. You took time out of your busy schedule to come on the
Ah,
show.
I was looking forward to this, and thank you so much, Shanna. Really, really
You are
appreciate what
so
you're
welcome.
doing, and enjoy watching your podcasts. They're
Oh,
fun.
good,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
So glad. All right, honey, let's keep in touch and let's talk soon, okay?
Yes. Talk to you. Talk to you. Talk to
All
you.
right. Thanks for liking, sharing, and subscribing, everybody. And we will see you next time.
See
All right.
ya.
Bye.
Bye.